Well, here we are sitting at a round table. We should make this a round table discussion, Janet Thompson. What do you think?
Sounds great to me, Trent.
Always willing to discuss something. Dalhart, Texas, that's what you call home.
Yes, sir.
What do you think of the 2013 Cattle Industry Convention so far?
It's the best convention I've been to all year.
All right, I won't ask the next obvious question, okay? We'll just let it stand. There's a lot of discussion. Actually, as we are doing this, there's a discussion taking place talking about sustainability in agriculture. And I wonder too many times if we don't allow a confusion to take place about sustainability crossing over with limited resource production from the available resources. You know what I'm saying? Do we truly understand the word sustainable, or is it a way to restrict what it is that we produce? This is something that you've spent some time on, not only in the United States, but for 10 years in the country of Australia, operating your own feedlot.
That's right. And I mean, the definition of the word sustainable is extremely nebulous, and it's intended to be nebulous because a definition might limit what somebody can do with the term. So I think it's really important that we as agriculturalists, we all know that when we strive for profitability, that we are striving for sustainability. Without profitability, we can't sustain anything. And so I think the average producer gets it intrinsically. You know, they're born with it. They're raised with it. I studied economics and got my master's degree in economics, and we get taught right now about the triple bottom line trend. So the triple bottom line is tied in with the sustainability movement, and they define the three pillars of the triple bottom line as economics, society, and environment. And they say that economics accounts for the economic part of it, but how do we measure society and environment? It's really important that everybody understands that in every purchase decision that is made every day by every person on earth, there is, in that decision, a value placed upon society and upon environment. We already account for society and environment through the price we're willing to pay for things. So if we come in and impose this triple bottom line, and we plug a figure, we create an accounting program that plugs a figure into one for society and one for environment, we are double accounting for those things. We're increasing the accounting cost. And what will happen, everybody says, well, it doesn't matter, it's just a plugged figure. But I know what happens because I saw it down in Australia. Those plugged figures become a tax.
One of the attacks that bothers me is that retail outlets, and I'll just name one because I think it's a best case example that we can use, is the same week that Walmart announces that they're going to go only with green products, they announced that they were going to sell only milk with cows that have never been administered recombinant bovine somatotropin. For those of us that understand the science, we understand that the most sustainable way to produce milk is with the best technology available. So on one hand, they said we're going to make this statement about green and sustainable. At the same time, they rejected the very technology that was the most sustainable way to produce a gallon of milk, because we were attacked based upon the science. So how do we make sure that everybody sees the whole picture?
The only way for people to see the whole picture is to give them consumer choice. Walmart should not limit the choice that their consumers have. Walmart should provide both types of milk. Naturally, because the one is more cost intensive, so to produce without this amazing technology costs more. So there would be one milk on the shelf without the technology and one milk with the technology, and then we let the consumers decide. And that information filters back then, and in that decision we see what consumers value as far as these nebulous society and environment terms.
Yeah, because in today's world we have the consumer being used as a pawn too much, because ultimately 97% of the consumers, they care about access to safe, healthy, reasonably priced food for their family. Everything else is just noise.
That's exactly right, Trent. You say the consumers are being used as pawns. they're not even real. I mean, this image of consumer that has been set up and that we're hammered with all the time, it is a tiny proportion of the people in our population that have very well-coordinated and well-funded campaigns that create an image of consumer. I don't believe those are our real consumers, and I'm quite happy for anybody to produce in whichever way they choose to produce. I don't have anything against people not using that technology. We just have to be able to have the freedom for us to provide whatever the market tells us to provide. And in order for the market to tell us, in order for consumers to tell us, they have to be able to have the choice.
I would have never guessed I would say this, but actually I'm trying to prove Ronald Reagan wrong. 1969, he said, the problem with our nation today isn't what they know, it's too much of what they know isn't so. We need to make that a wrong statement, even though it's very accurate, particularly when it comes to sustainability, because the consumer needs the right information and they will make the right decision. Janet Thompson, it's always a pleasure, and a round-table discussion. I like it.
Perfect. Thank you, Trent.
Do you have any other conventions on your plate, or is just the Cattle Industry Convention the only one?
The Cattle Industry Convention is the only one that I know of at this point in time. And
be the best one of the year, then.
Definitely. And it has been really good, Trent. I've really enjoyed being here.
From Tampa, Florida, at the 2013 Cattle Industry Convention, on behalf of Janet Thompson, I'm Trent Loos saying thank you.